your big players on the biggest moment of the season to keep the title hopes alive, because if you didn't get all 3 points here, I think we all could have maybe lied to ourselves, but probably could have considered the title race over. Unless Arsenal have like just a crazy
I
fall
looked
off.
at you and said Arsenal won the title
Yep.
when
Yep.
the free kick went in.
Yep. You did. You did look at me and you went, it's over. Arsenal won the title, which you needed your best players. You needed your big players, the guys that have been in that moment before, to be their best for a 20-minute sprint, and they did it. And Bernardo Silva was at the helm of it. And we've been critical of Bernardo this season, like super critical. And in the biggest
definitely
moment,
calmed down lately, but
yeah,
he stepped up in a big way today, and I think he's only going to continue to push that behavior.
yeah. I don't even want to talk about Bernardo because I thought he was great, but
yeah,
it's not him for me. It wasn't him for me.
There's so many other people you could talk. We could talk about 4 other guys, I think, in this.
Yeah, there's 3 in particular that I want to talk about, but who are you thinking?
You get 3?
I'm just thinking about 3 that I have like strong opinions about.
I only had 1 really.
Do you have who?
I thought
okay.
Gahey was class.
I thought he's
one of my 4.
One of them. He was okay. So we have similars here. Let's start with Gahey. He was fantastic.
Unbelievable.
He looks like he's been here for years.
I can
does not look like a player that's been here for 3 games.
I can guarantee you that if Liverpool had signed him in the summer, you guys lose this game. Because if he wasn't playing,
they would be in the top 4.
Yeah,
I don't know. Okay, no, we'd have Diaz for today. We might not be in the Premier League title race anymore if he wasn't here, but we'd have Diaz today, he gives just as much, I think. But he was immense. I have others.
Okay, but Gahey for me, in terms of the guys that have stepped up and have been very good of recent in big moments, especially against Liverpool, he's probably number 1 on the list. He dominated against them when he was with Palace. He scored goals against them with Palace, and in this one, he made like 3 or 4 massive blocks to keep City in the game. So he's just a phenomenal footballer, and the fact that you guys got him for what you got him for, stupid. This is the City signing that everyone gets angry about, and it's like, well, you had the chance and you didn't take it. City took it, and now that keeps him in a title race. Who are the other players you wanted to talk about?
Another one for me is Donna. I think that save, like, come on. Ridiculous. Not to mention, like, you guys complain a lot about his ball claiming ability on crosses and corners. That was the best I've seen it. There was some, I think, 1 or 2. That was he came out a little too much, but it was because he was fucking putting his body on the line for every one of those, and winning them, and it was just awesome, especially that save at the end.
The deflection where it's pretty much behind him and he swats it away with a strong hand. I mean, that is top level. I mean, I feel like I've always had questions about Donnarumma up until last year's UCL run. He was really good, but then you hear the rumblings and the fact that PSG just won almost every trophy and they're willing to let him go. Surely there's something we don't know. No, he's exactly what you think he is. And I even think today they played a lot more out the back, especially in the first half, really close moments, but he looked really comfortable. I still don't think that's something you want to do a lot with him, but he didn't seem to have any problems with his feet today. And again, the shot stopping it's world class.
That ball playing thing is like the Cherokee attitude problems to me. I know there's actual evidence of him being bad with the ball, but at City,
he looked great today.
He tries to emulate what Ederson did. A little less Cruyff turns, which is good. But he did a fake pass, I think today.
He's playing with some unreal confidence, that's for sure.
I don't know.
A fake pass. No, listen. A fake pass in a high press situation from Donnarumma. Like, that's him walking around chest out on the ball.
Sure.
Like,
but for me,
he can do
maybe
it.
It's because of doing it. Maybe it's what I'm scarred from with the keepers I've seen, but might be a controversial take with the keepers. Shut up and dribble. When Robert Sanchez started just booting it up, he looked good. He looked confident. Don't do too much. Mind you, he's been playing with the ball under Rosenior more, but as soon as it gets uncomfortable, we need to stop. We need to work on that in the training ground until you are comfortable, because if you are not comfortable, disaster. Like, but to your point, Mila, Donnarumma does look comfortable in those situations. So I definitely think he's growing in that form of his game. But yeah, I don't think anyone can really emulate Ederson.
No, he's trying to. Trying
to is a big word.
It's like how I play like Luka.
Two things on Donnarumma before I pass it back over to you. One, as the stats guy on the podcast, I saw something that said that him saving that, like it was a 17% chance on that final one, which is disgusting. Two, you said something to me at Coachella, which was very funny because I was asking why his jerseys never fit. And you responded that he's not an athletic goalie. He's just a goalkeeper, Dylan. And I think that's the perfect way of describing Donnarumma. He is not an athlete, but God damn it, is he a good goalkeeper?
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's you have two other guys that
I
you want to talk
about? More. Yeah, definitely. I mean, one of them is nailed on for sure that I think we need to talk about.
Is it Haaland?
And it's Haaland. It has to be.
Okay, cool.
His off-ball ability has been it's leaps and bounds improved in the past 10 games. And I feel like nobody's fucking talking about it other than us on our last podcast. Because the guy had 4 chances created in the game where everyone said he was doing jack shit and he needs to get benched again. This game, he was everywhere, literally everywhere. He gets the header assist, he puts the penalty away, and he's playing that through ball to Marmoush, who couldn't stay on side, but it's there. The pass that you and I saw, Dylan, where he nabbed like 2 guys to create another chance. Like, he's creating for the people around him, and just because he's going to be double teamed, now he's not out of the game. All these motherfuckers that wanted to call him a D2 striker, the criticism was there. Where's the praise of this? He might not be putting the goals away. He's still the top goal scorer in the fucking league. And now he's adding this to his game, and it's fucking quiet. And I think that's absurd.
I think out of the front 3 today, he was the best in that aspect in terms of playing in between the lines and creating the chances. I think the other 2 struggled in that aspect. Yeah, Haaland looked the best of the 3. But yeah, he had an immense game, and obviously it's a penalty, but to get the goal at the end definitely has to feel good and something you can build off of. It's a great moment to have with the away fans to beat Liverpool away. A lot of those guys haven't done that before. So yeah, that's absolutely, we always talk about moments. That's a moment you can build on.
Yeah, it's funny that the last episode I was like, he's not getting enough touches. Like, you got to get him the ball more. And then he had 8 passes in this one, and I felt like he had more contribution to the game. Like everything that we talked about in the last video with Haaland, this was the opposite, but the same. And I can't describe it any way better. And it's going to be confusing to anyone just queuing in on this one. But it's like he did less. He did more with less today.
Yes,
which
takes advantage of his opportunities.
I think is what we need to start expecting from him when he's so heavily guarded and he's whistled so differently, like we were talking about. He has to find a way to make it work. He can't just say, "Oh, like the refs are just not making it happen. I'm just not going to do anything." So this is his way of, I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to get up in the headers and just knock it on for a Bernardo or whoever wants to get ready for it, instead of saying, "I need to header this straight at the goal." And again, today, like, he had some chances that he just kind of makes out of nothing. The clinicalness of them is not there yet, but he's creating the shot for himself. And I think once the goals start coming with that, it's going to be very scary, because it's just not there yet. It's not lethal, but the idea is there, and the room for growth is certainly there. He's not going to stagnate anytime soon, in my opinion.
Yeah, this is gonna sound strange, and I'm not trying to put any offense to him, but I thought the Spurs game and what Dominic Solanke did is the next evolution for Haaland in terms of what he can do off the ball. We're like, yes, they are gonna play him more physical.
Would have got a red card if you played like Solanke.
No. But what I'm saying is he can drag people out and change the dynamics of center backs and the defensive structure by not necessarily playing more physical, but just taking them out with his physicality. And I know he gets called differently, but he's got to have some more give and take in that sense, where he's not forcing physicality, but he's playing with physicality, because I think there's a difference. And I think recently, because he's been out of goal scoring form for himself, he's been forcing physicality instead of playing with it. Today, he was playing with physicality. But maybe it's because he was playing Van Dijk. And Van Dijk's a little different, and
Yeah,
but I like.
I think to what you're saying, he almost has to be a decoy for other people to score, and knowing that he's such a lethal player in general, he will get his goals regardless. But when we look at him as the sole scorer of goals, it's like he can just get shut out of games sometimes because we're shoving it down one path that's blocked by 4 defenders, 3 defenders, whoever knows.
Yeah, he might be the greatest decoy in the history of decoys.
I know
he might be, but it's a crazy concept. But
maybe we're overthinking it.
We could be. Was there anyone else that you wanted to talk about?
We can go over it quickly. I just think Nunes deserves his flowers even further. He won the penalty because he doesn't give up on the play. Really good, just defensive game from him, and he looks strong and fast again. He just is growing into the position. He's made it his own, and I'm really proud of him and what he's accomplished because I don't think many people saw this coming. I say this a lot about him, I think, but he deserves every bit of praise.
Yeah, completely written off. He was the next Calvin Phillips, and now he is a top 2 or 3 right back in the entire league. You could probably stretch that conversation even further. He deserves flowers. I don't want to talk about him though.